Essential jobs in healthcare are not going away. So why not move towards a higher paying career if you have the opportunity and ability to do so? Hey Sterile Processing Professionals, Brandon the Sterile Guy here, and in today's video I want to talk about the many pathways you can take to grow and enhance your career from sterile processing. A couple of videos ago, I spoke about how to get promoted within the sterile processing department. If that's your goal, go jump back to that video. But in today's video, I'm talking about beyond sterile processing. And let's talk about this right up front. I am not recommending that people leave sterile processing. I think sterile processing is an amazing career field with plenty of room for advancement, with a lot behind it pushing for respect and money and benefits. So I believe it's a growing field that's going to continue to grow. But for those who don't want to stay in sterile processing or maybe have their eyes on future jobs they really want, this video is for you. So for a large portion of people, sterile processing is not the end game. And that should be pretty obvious with like our turnover rates, not to mention the other amount of techs that go back to school for other jobs. I would never suggest that somebody stay in a career that you are not completely satisfied with. You should do what makes you feel satisfied and fulfilled. Now, for everyone who has stuck it out and stayed in the sterile processing field, I love you. And we will keep fighting for better wages, better benefits, more respect. That pursuit will never stop. You are the backbone of surgery, and everything you do ensures that patients have a safe outcome with surgery. But for those of you who want to take a step outside of the sterile processing department and find a new adventure for you, let's talk about some of the common pathways up front that techs generally take. So having been in the sterile processing department for over 20 years now, there's a pretty predictable pathway that the majority of sterile processing techs take when they seek a career outside of SPD. The three most common are surgical tech, nursing, and vendor reps. And all three of these are fantastic jobs. With surgical tech, you can make more money. You can do some exciting stuff and some exciting different surgeries. You can even specialize in, like, let's say Da Vinci robot. Maybe you want to be an open heart tech. Maybe you want to be a vascular tech, a neuro tech. There's lots of room to specialize. And even if you have specialized and you're like, man, this is getting bored, you can change and become an ortho tech or whatever you want. There's so many possibilities. But one thing that a lot of people miss when they think about becoming a surgical tech is that you can actually take it a step further and become a first assist. So not only do you get to be in those exciting surgeries, you get to kind of step away from the sterile field and be actually involved with the surgery, actually assisting the surgeon, maybe doing some suturing, some other good stuff. So that is another really awesome opportunity. In nursing, well, the opportunities are endless. In nursing, you can become an operating room nurse. You can become an emergency room nurse. You can go on to specialize to become like a nurse practitioner or to become a nurse anesthetist. So many opportunities within nursing, from administration to actual patient care, even down to pediatrics if babies are your game. Not to mention you get paid pretty darn good as a nurse. Now for that third one, becoming a rep for a company like Zimmer or Johnson & Johnson or Smith & Nephew can be a very rewarding move. Maybe you love healthcare, but you want to get out of the nitty-gritty day-to-day stuff that you have to do within the hospital. And maybe you like being in a hospital, but you don't like doing all that nitty-gritty work. Now you can coordinate, train, guide techs, help surgeons with your product, helping to educate and get people on board to using your product in an effective way. And you get to make some pretty good commissions if you get a good amount of customers using your product. Not to mention you'll probably do a lot of golfing with surgeons. Now, another path that is taken much less often is infection prevention. A lot of people don't know that everything you do in sterile processing, when you get that education, you get that experience, really dynamically sets you up for infection prevention. And I have to tell you, infection prevention are historically like nursing positions, but they are not only nursing positions. That's just how it's been for so long. You can actually get in there as a former sterile processing technician, bring a variety of experience, and make a pretty hell of a good wage. So those are the three common pathways, with that fourth one being that bonus to go to a surgical assist, and then that very less common one I talked to you about, which is infection prevention. But maybe what I've talked about is not entirely enticing to you, and that's okay. Being in the sterile processing department, working in the hospital environment, maybe you love the environment, you're just not sold on the sterile processing job or the other positions I mentioned. Well, don't forget that there's an incredible amount of other jobs. You can become a radiology tech, you can become a respiratory therapist, you can become a nuclear med tech. There's so many opportunities to stay in the healthcare field, but find a job that you actually love doing and make really good money at it. And because you're already in sterile processing, you have a decent, predictable job that can carry you through as you work on your schooling towards a different career. So it's definitely a benefit for you. Not to mention, a lot of hospitals have tuition reimbursement, so that would be very helpful too. The fact is, this healthcare thing is not going away. Essential jobs in healthcare are not going away. So why not move towards a higher paying career if you have the opportunity and ability to do so? I hope this video helped you to kind of think about the different pathways you might want to be taking. If you want to stay in sterile processing, awesome. This is a great career field, as I said before, and there's nothing wrong with staying in sterile processing. But if you have that itch and you just want to move on to something else, the possibilities are endless. So I hope this video helped you to kind of narrow that down where you want to go. Any topics or videos you want to see, don't hesitate to put those in the comments down below. Like and subscribe. I love you guys, and I'll catch you in the next video.